What's up, YouTube? This is going to be take 2 here of what I'm attempting to do is to do a live feed prior to a new release. Bloke, what's up, brother? This is take 2 from yesterday, man. Trying to do a live feed just before a premiere. I do believe we got everything worked out. It is completely uploaded. There's no glitches that I can tell on my end. I did find out what was wrong with the one yesterday. So that is, Sean, what's up, brother? So I figured out what happened yesterday. There was a corruption in the file during upload and it didn't completely upload. So that's what happened. Very frustrated because it took a lot of digging to find that. Nick, what's up? Tim, good to have you. So now this one, this time I had to take the video down yesterday, turn around, re-upload it, and attempt this premiere thing, take 2. So it does go live in about 15 minutes here. Quick flip over, 13 minutes. That is the link. I'll put it down here. That is the link to the live feed over in the description. Until then, guys, though, as always, it's your platform. What do you guys want to see or hear about? Video ideas, ask any questions about the truck or the builds that you would like. Some updates. I saw that, bloke. I did see that. I have it up in my other window here because as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to head over there and join you guys in the comments. And hopefully the premiere is a fun kind of new way to interact. It seemed like you guys were loving it last night. We definitely had a bigger crowd going on last night, but hopefully man, that's nice. That's a nice price on a 6-liter. I'd pay $1,000 for a 6-liter right now. So anyway, last night we definitely had a bigger group, but hopefully as I start to do this more often, people tend to look forward to it and we can kind of grow this and make this more of a thing. I'd like to start being a little more on time and getting a 30-minute live feed prior to going live. Blog, I'll see you at the premiere, brother. So anyway, guys, so the premiere link is over in the corner. We got about 13 minutes here until it goes live. So very excited. We attempted to do this last night and it was a pretty big crash and burn. So I took that video down, re-uploaded, got it all fixed, figured out and fixed up. So hopefully we have a flawless little thing going on today. We'll see. What did you posture off there? So my transmission build was roughly around $8,000 installed. Now, if you go look, if you were to build basically what like a Warren diesel transmission or twisted diesel transmission, if you look at their base price for stuff, my transmission would kind of work out to about the same, but we have the billet, no walk center support from Suncoast. We have custom torque converter. We also have the deep dish transmission pan, which are add-ons to their builds. So that's not included. Like a Warren diesel, their full bill at $7,000, but it doesn't actually have those upgraded parts. So once you include them and you include their shipping costs, which I didn't have to pay, you would, and then plus install, you would actually pay more buying one of theirs than what I did for mine. So roughly $8,000, give or take. There was some extra parts they weren't planning on having to do because of the condition of the transmission that I brought them. It was fried. It was completely destroyed. So as for upgrading transmissions, I do want to make a video talking about when I think you should do what. And typically at around 550 horsepower, you can end up kind of starting to have some clutches slip. So if you're going to be less than 600, I actually recommend just getting some upgraded clutches. The GPZ has been proven to be a very good clutch, capable of upwards into the 1,000 horsepower. And at that horsepower, I wouldn't do more than a billet input shaft. Now, if you're using your truck for work and daily driving, and that includes some spirited driving, we'll call it. Now, if you are going to be drag racing it, then that's when, I mean, if you're drag racing and you're at 550, 600 horsepower, in my opinion, go full billet. I think you either do billet input shaft with the upgraded clutches, or you go full billet. I don't see much reason for the in-between stuff, because once you start adding other parts that are billet, the parts that aren't are now your weak link, and they're going to take more abuse from the billet parts that aren't going to be as forgiving as the other parts. So I do think 550 or less with no racing, just do a refresh of the transmission, get a deep dish pan. I do recommend the no walk center support from Suncoast in every build with the cast aluminum deep dish pans that help add rigidity to the transfer or to the whole case. Or you go full billet all out, ready to take whatever you can dish out at it, pretty much. That's kind of where I'm at in transmission builds, and I think that kind of covers most, because there's no difference between my clutch pack and the clutch pack in just a refresh. There's no difference there. So that's kind of why, that's kind of where I'm at. That's why I believe in that, I should say. So let me see, kind of got behind here. Crew cab user, so I'm probably going to part it out. I can't beat that. Save a couple bucks on your investment and still get what you want. Hard to beat that. So Nick, you don't actually need to find a all-new transmission. It's the tail section. It is only the tail section. You don't even have to drop the transmission to get the tail section off, I don't think. So you need a four-wheel drive transfer case and tail section, and then the axle up front. You don't there's nothing different between a two-wheel drive transmission and a four-wheel drive transmission. It is strictly just the tail section. How long did you put your Warren injectors? How do they hold them up? So I've had the Warren injectors coming up on a year. I've had zero issues with them. They've been great. They've performed well. I did opt for the premium injectors, and I've really enjoyed them so far. I will be upgrading injectors later this year, and I will be going with Warren again, most likely. I have heard some other recommendations out there, but so far I've had a great time with Warren diesel injectors. I don't like doing jobs twice, so I don't want to upgrade my injectors to turn around and have to rip them back out to put another one in. So that's where I'll be definitely continuing to use Warren. I have heard good things about River City. Greg, the guy at Diesel and Automotive, runs River City injectors in his truck and loves them. And he has told me that dealing with them has been a pleasure. It's been great. Mike, what's up, man? Able to get as far as taking out air cleaner, thicken brackets, still have finishing and clipping thick them to get to the ISP sensor. Mike, I know the pain of we're getting a little neck cramp back here while working on the trucks. Yeah, Nick, then you should remember I broke down. Yep, I remember you, man. We shared quite a few emails, comments on the one video, and let me know if I can help in any way, shape, or form, man. I wish you were closer. There's like a local KOA. If you were there, I probably would have just drove down and given you a hand and done the best I could to help you out. At least I don't think you're anywhere in the Lancaster County area in Pennsylvania. So, but Nick, you should just need to make sure they're the same transfer case. I don't know enough about them, but make sure they are. Then you just need the tail section. I would check Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. I see transfer cases and tail sections all over the place on there. Now, you might need to get a messed up transmission to get the tail section off. And comment on this next video coming out, because I got to stop at Greg's and finish paying off the transmission. He might have, and my old transmission's there, and he might have a four-wheel drive tail end if you need one. So hit me up. And Nick, I'm so jealous. Your ICP sensor's on the valve cover. I have no problems with the 03 style pump because there's fixes to it now, so it's not a big deal. But the ICP sensor on the valve covers and the wavy style rails, oil rails under there, or Ford calls them a fuel rail, but they're technically an oil rail. The wavy style it's just a nicer setup. They idle a little smoother. They overall are a much nicer setup. I wish I had it on my truck, but I have the old style with the ICP in the rear. Greg at DNA, he has the ICP on the valve cover with the wavy rails and the old style high pressure oil pump. So that's a pretty cool little setup. We are at a 3-minute countdown before we're going to head over to the live feed or to the premiere guys. Man, Mike, I wish you were closer, man. I definitely would help out if I could. You get your injector upgraded, or did you get a new one? I believe the premiums, Tim, I think start as Alliant remands or Pure Flow remands. I forget. They might even just be the remanufactured ones now I think about it. But I want to say premium started as a premium remand injector that they tear apart, upgrade solenoid and wires and spool valve, and then put back together. So I'm not 100% sure, but I just sent mine in as cores. I paid for the premium package, and been loving the injectors. Haven't skipped a beat. Oh, that's great. Just part out the work truck, man. Then there you go. Nick's so jealous. The stub shaft inside of it broke. That's how mine is. Old style pump, wavy rails, nice CP. Yeah, that in my opinion is the nicest overall setup. I mean, the new pumps, they're stupid reliable, but so far the old style pumps with the upgraded components that have been put in them have worked perfectly, and they've really gotten away from having nearly the issues. I can say this: I didn't have a high pressure oil issue until 180,000 or 185, 186,000 miles, and it was my fault. So there's that. So guys, now would be a great time before I do want to warn everyone, this is a little bit of a different video than I've been making. This is kind of just a cosmetic upgrade. I'm going to take you through how I paint plastic components for the truck. So we have some paint to match parts coming to the truck, and I'm super excited about them. And there'll be about 3 videos in this series. So just like I said, something a little bit different, and let me know what you guys think in the comments over there, how you guys like it. It is definitely, like I said, it's different. Let me know what you guys would change about the style of video I used, and or keep the same if you enjoy it. I do need to be a little more cautious of my lighting when I'm in the garage filming, so that is something that I am working on. 0460, yeah, a lot of people say the original ones did have issues. The back plate wears out, that ball falls out. The newer ones, though, the newer styles, I don't hear anything bad about the new ones coming out. But there's an updated housing, and it's just much nicer overall. So guys, there's a link over in the description or in the comment section I just dropped in there. That is a link to the premiere that should be starting very shortly here. I have it up in another screen. I have a little bit of anxiety about it, so here's hoping. But at 5 o'clock, it should start a 2-minute countdown before the video begins. I will say this, man, it's pretty easy to get them looking pretty nice, and worst case scenario, Not that it'd be fun, but every couple years you just kind of redo them. So guys, I'm gonna, again, here's the link. Head on over to the live feed. It is starting the countdown. We will continue in there, and we'll keep this thing going. Let me know if you guys enjoy this platform, this live feed prior to a video release, and then I'll be in the comment section over there, guys. Thank you for all the support. I'll see you over at the premiere.